So a lot of people are really upset about the cost of healthcare and how expensive everything is. It seems like anytime anybody needs anything done, it's an astronomical price when you go to the doctors or the hospital. Now, sitting at dinner with a friend of mine, and he had a herniated disc, and it was so painful. It was really hard for him to even get out of bed. And he called the doctor and wanted to make an appointment. It was hard to get an appointment. He got an appointment. They're like, oh, you need a CT scan because we think you had a herniated disc. And we got to call your insurance company for approval, prior authorization, because a lot of insurance companies are saying doctors are overusing imaging and they need to ration the care. So it's like, well, how long is it going to take me to get the approval from the insurance company, which should not be named? And they said, well, it's going to take anywhere from 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 days, I'm in a lot of pain right now. I can barely get out of bed, can't really work. It's taking a big toll on everything. So it's now 3 to 5 days, and there's a chance that they could deny it and say it's medically unnecessary. And he goes, well, how much is it going to cost? And the doctor said, I have no idea. You can talk to our biller. And talk to the biller, and after a few calls, go down spend a few hours on the phone. It's going to be somewhere around $3,000 to $4,000 for this CT scan. And he's got a deductible. Most families in the U.S. don't have $1,000 saved for emergency. The average deductible of health insurance in the U.S. is about $2,000. And in this case, luckily he was able to afford his deductible. So he was going to be out of pocket about $1,000 and then some change. But he was going to wait 3 days, and he's in a lot of pain. And he's like, is there anything that can be done to really help me get to this, whatever I need to get done sooner? And so the doctor said, well, it was kind of big. It was kind of like an off-the-cuff conversation. He goes, you can go to, call this other place and see what they can do. So he gave him this number, and he called the number, didn't know what to expect, and turns out that it was another imaging center, and interestingly, it was not in a very great part of town. And this imaging center said, sure, we can take you today, and it's going to be cash only. And he goes, oh man, how much is this going to cost me? Because if the hospital wants $3,000 and I'm with insurance, I'm going to be out of pocket about $1,000. This is gonna be astronomical. I'm gonna get all these bills. They're gonna charge a facility fee. They can charge a doctor fee. They're gonna say, Jeremy ate 3 more hot dogs than we anticipated. I'm gonna pass that cost onto you, the patient. He's fine. He was in so much pain. He said, how much is it going to cost me? I'm probably just going to do it regardless of the cost. And the imaging center said it's going to be about $200 cash. He goes, $200 cash? Like, that's it? He goes, yeah, $200. So he goes, I'll be there in 30 minutes. So he went, got a CT scan. His doctor wrote the prescription and sent that into the CT scan facility, and he got it done. Had herniated discs. He ultimately went through some procedures, and he's doing well. But it was just that huge ordeal, and also he had to pay for the visit to the doctor. He had to wait and make all those calls himself, and spend hours and hours of time. And that highlights the reason why a lot of people are really upset about healthcare, because a lot of folks don't feel like they're getting what they need done in the first place. Because I understand, if you're paying a lot of money, you want good service. That's why people buy luxury brands. They want the experience. It's not about just driving the Mercedes. It's about, hopefully the Mercedes dealer treats you well. They make you feel good. It's convenient. They deliver the car to your workplace so that you don't have to take time off from work, and makes it really easy. But healthcare right now, it's the opposite. It's inconvenient. Anytime you need anything, it's like you gotta beg the providers to give you an appointment. You gotta show up, and you gotta jump through all these hoops, and then your insurance, in some cases, they have to approve or deny whatever is recommended to you, and then you're spending all this money, and you're paying top dollar, and you're not getting the service. And that's why people are really, really upset. And the alternative here on the cash basis is just so astronomically cheap in comparison. I mean, $200 still a lot of money for a lot of folks. understandably so, but versus $3,000 for the same procedure. So it's not about the procedure, it's not about delivering this, and it's the same machine from the same company. So the imaging is going to be the exact same thing. It's not like you're going to get a better, way better quality of imaging or whatnot. It's the same exact machine. It's just a way that the system is set up, the systems and hurdles and bureaucracy that adds a lot of cost, and that's really what you're paying for, not the actual service itself. And so that highlights why a lot of people are really upset, because people are waking up to it. And people are waking up to the fact that not only are they not getting the service, but they're not getting a good deal in the process. So I think a lot of people are going to move to cash-based medicine in the near future, and that's going to be a big trend to keep in mind.